Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you how I made these beautiful keychains made out of 100% leather. This one says Dad and this one says Papa. I thought these was like a great idea for Father's Day, and these are, like I said, 100% leather. They're so easy to make, and I'm going to show you guys how I designed it on the Cricut design space and how I made them. So keep on watching. So the first thing I want to talk about is the leather. I went to Michael's and I looked for some leather. They had some pieces of leather, really nice leather, just like a piece like a little bigger than this, for like $9. And I just wanted to try it out and see if I was going to be able to cut it with the Cricut. And I saw that they sell these bags. It looks like a bag like this, and this is what it looks like. And these are, like it says here, they're like scraps of leather. And this is what came in the bag, and the bag was like I want to say like $8, and it was like little pieces. This one's, I already used this one, but it was a piece in this color, a piece in this color, some black, some blue, this other leather color right here, and there was another bag that had like a green. So I was like, this is perfect for me to practice, you know, I mean, it's $8, you have different colors. So I thought it was perfect. So this is 100% like real leather. It smells amazing. So I think this is perfect if you just want to like practice first. Okay, so I'm going to show you. I got this, I tried it with this leather first, this black one right here. And there was a piece that was kind of like fluffy, like this, and it didn't work out. Like, this is what I came up with. But no, that is not cute. I don't know. So then I tried it with this one, which has like a lot, like a flatter surface. Like, it's not as like a little, I don't know what it's called. Like, it's not like so fluffy. So it came out a lot better. It cut out really nicely on the Cricut. So I'm going to show you guys how I did that. So what you're going to need is the leather, obviously. A little keychain like this one. Transfer tape. So transfer tape is really important. This is not the Cricut brand. I got this at the Dollar Tree, and I think it works really well, especially for these types of projects. And this is really important because when you put the leather, and this is my mat, you can see how dirty it is. When you put the leather directly on your mat, this is what happens. And it can ruin the leather. So the transfer tape, you put it on here and it just keeps the mat clean, and it's easier to remove the leather. And I'll show you how I do that in a little bit. So a tip that I do give you is that when you're placing the leather on the mat, place it with the fibers, the little fibers, down, and not the actual this part, like the shiny part, because I did that the first time and all of like the color, it just like came off and it made it really ugly. So try to avoid doing that. So this is a really simple project. I mean, you obviously need your Cricut machine and your computer. So I'm going to show you how I designed it on the design space. Okay, so here I am on my Cricut design space, and we're gonna go ahead and do the word dad. again. And the font I used, I wanted something, I mean, it has to be something really bold because you want it to be thick. If you do a thinner font, it will just like rip off. You know, it has to really hold on together and have like a thicker, wider, more font. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose the font that I like. I forgot which one was the one that I used. Let me see. So let's go ahead and try a different one. Let me see. So we're gonna go ahead and try the Arial Black. That one seems pretty like bold. And we're gonna go ahead and put the letters a little more closer. So we're gonna put the space closer, and either you can use the letter space and just keep going down until the letters get to like how you want them, or you can ungroup them and just slide them, place them wherever you like. I don't know what that was, but so you can just slide them like that. And I like doing this better because I can place it exactly where I like, and I kind of have them overlap a little bit just so that it gives like, it really like holds whenever I do cut it. It won't like, since it is leather, it tends to fold and it can rip, so we can prevent it from doing that. It just has this, you know, like you can see here, they're nice and together. Okay, so we do that, and I also want to get it to the size that I want. So the one that I did was around 3. This one is around 3 to 4 inches long and 1.5 like this wide. So we're gonna go ahead and place it at the desired length. So we unlock it and we can move it around. So it was around, let's see, so 1.5 wide and like 3.5 long. So 3.5 this way and 1.5 this way. So this is how I want it. So I'm going to duplicate. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it where it says horizontally. So it's kind of like a mirror effect. Oops. Okay, so, and in order to create this little flap to hold right here, we're gonna go ahead and pull out a rectangular shape. So this is square, but we're going to unlock it, and we're gonna make it into a 1.5. Well, not 1.5. Like, we can do 1/2 inch long. So we place it right here, and this is like 1 inch. So when it folds, it's gonna be like 1 inch all around. So like this one right here that I have. So this is what it's gonna look like this, sorry. So we're going to weld all of this together. And the welding is very important because that is just gonna make it all one single piece. So when it cuts, it's gonna cut like this. So now we're gonna go ahead and make it. You don't have to put mirror or anything like that. So here on my mat, I'm gonna go ahead and place the transfer paper, and this is the sticky side. The sticky side goes up, and the non-sticky side, you place it on the mat. So this is what it looks like. The sticky side of the transfer paper is up, and then this is where you're going to place your leather. You're gonna place the leather with the little fibers down, because if you place this shiny side on the sticky part, it's just gonna rip off all the color and it's really gonna make it not pretty. So we want to go ahead and do that. I decided to go with this color and see if it works. Now on our machine, we have to put it here where it says custom, and then on our laptop, well, on our design space, wherever you're doing it from, we're gonna go to browse all materials, search, and then we're gonna put leather, genuine leather. So it is genuine leather, but I found that by me placing it on genuine leather, it wasn't cutting as deep and as perfect as it should. So what I did is that I customized the setting. So I went ahead and went down to the where it says genuine leather, and I edited the settings. So I'm going to show you what settings I put it on. So here we have where it says genuine leather, and I clicked on edit, and I changed this was down here. I changed this to the most, which is 350. And I put this to 4 times. So it's going to really cut in there and make like a deep cut. So now I saved it, and now whenever I do click on genuine leather, those are the settings it's gonna go to. So I go back here and I look for the leather. And those are the settings it's gonna go to. And here I also press more. So those are the settings that work for me. Obviously you can try it out. It's a trial and errors. Like I said, the first one I did was this black one, and it was just horrible. It did not work out for me. So I changed the settings and it just cut perfectly, and I'm going to show you guys how it comes out. So here we have it cutting, and it's gonna go over the leather about 2 to 3 times, and that is completely normal. It's just making sure that it's really cutting through all the layers of the leather. And you can see how the leather is sticking on the mat. It's not coming off or anything. Okay, so this is what we have. This leather that I chose was a little thicker than the one I previously used. So this one was the first one that I used, which is this one. And this one cut really nicely when I removed it from the mat. It was super easy. It even, all of these little holes in the middle came out. This one is a little thicker. So what I found is just by pulling, and I'll show you here, just by pulling, it'll come off. So the thicker the leather, the more trouble you're gonna have cutting it out. So I guess that was my error the first time, was that the first one that I used, which was horrible, was the black one. That one was really thick, so the machine didn't go like straight through, so I had a really hard time just cutting it off. So now we know that the thinner, the better. So once you get it off of the machine, you can just rip that off. And we're going to take these little things out too. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Already all cut out. So this is what we're going to do now. You're going to need one of these little keychains. This one's really small, but this one's bigger. But just to give you an idea. So we're going to put it in through here. And this is how it's going to fold. And these little fibers that you see here, I asked my husband, how do I get these fibers out? And he said, just burn them. So I burned them. And this is what it looks like. So in order to get it together, I used E600. And I know there is leather glue, but this actually works. So what I do is that I grab a little paintbrush, like this one's so disgusting, but you grab a little paintbrush and you just kind of, let me put a little so it doesn't drip. So you just kind of dab a good amount. A good amount of glue, just put it on there. You want to go ahead and do that all around. Make sure you get the little like edges, because it can lift. You don't want it to lift. Like these little parts right here, they can lift. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so after we're done putting all the glue, we don't put glue here, obviously. Okay, like I was saying, now we flip it and we press down, align it well. And you want to press it. And you want to leave this drying for at least 24 hours, just so it's nice and dry and ready, because right now it's slippery. So we press down, make sure all the corners are like glued together. And then I'll show you what it looks like when it's dry. So once it's dried a little bit, I'm going to show you how I burn the little fibers off. So you grab your lighter and you just, and you see, it cleans it up really well. You don't want to go right on the leather, but just on the little edges, and it cleans up those edges really nicely. And you can do it as many times as you want. I mean, just make sure you don't burn the leather. If you like it to look like fluffy, then you can leave it like that. So that's about it, you guys. I mean, this is how it looks. It's not completely dry right now, but you can kind of get an idea of what they would look like. And you can always add little details to them. Other little keychains or whatever. I mean, you can personalize these. So if you like the video, make sure you like the video, and so give it a thumbs up. Let me know what else you would like to see. And follow me on my Instagram. It's at @the_creative_nurse. So the creative nurse on Instagram. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you later. Bye.